Hi crafters, we're here for December's Crafternoon Delight, which is easy peasy watercolor note cards. I thought this would be good for this month's craft because you might have to make a little note for someone's gift, or maybe you've run out of Christmas cards or you didn't buy any this year and you just want to give a little something to somebody. This is all easy things that you should have around your house, or they're easy to purchase at the dollar store. So first things first, these are the things you're going to need. You're going to need note card paper. Needs to be thicker than regular paper or the water will soak right through. You're going to need Crayola markers. It's important to have a water-based marker because that's how the watercolor effect works. If you don't have a water-based marker, it won't work. So I just went ahead and got colors in red and green. So we could have kind of a different holiday effect. You're also going to need like a plastic bag that you've made into just a straight sheet of plastic. You can use saran wrap if you want, or any kind of extra plastic you might have at home. You will be putting the colored marker on this. You're going to also need a little spray bottle of water, and you'll spray your paper with that. And then I always try to have a couple paper towels on hand just in case. And if you want to have a paintbrush, you can also grab one of those. I didn't for these because we're just going to do the simple little watercolor effect. So first things first, you want to go ahead and take your note card and just lightly spray it with water. So that's what I'm doing right now. Just giving it a light little spray. Not too wet. And then you're going to take your colors and start doing like little circles if you want. I'm going to do a mix of both, like color, like circles and straight lines and zigzags. And I kind of want to keep them a little separated so that they don't all run together when I put them on the note card. So I'm just going to do a little bit of everything and see how it turns out. You don't want to get them too close together because I have found out that red and green mixed together too closely will make brown, and it's not pretty. And that's why we had to start over with this craft. So this is what we're going to do. And then you might want to spray this one more time just so that it's wet. And then you're just going to take your Ziploc bag and place it straight down on the paper. And I just kind of push it onto the paper and kind of smear it a little bit so that you get a good mix of color. And then you're going to take that up, and you can even spray it a little bit more if you want. And you can put this back down and still kind of just work with it, make it kind of smush all together and give it that pretty watercolor look that you're going for. And you can always go back and add more color if you want to. Like this one definitely needs a little bit more color to it. So just play around, find what works for you, what looks you like. Like I said, this is a fairly simple craft, but this is what you're going to do to make these cards. And I just, like I said, I got a big mix of like pink and red and green and lighter greens, just to have some different color shades and hues in there. Make things interesting. I don't know about you guys, I didn't send any Christmas cards out this year. So I kind of thought these might be nice for those little gifts that you forget you had to buy for someone. So then you just place it straight down again and kind of just let it mix. So that's what you do. When you're happy with how it looks, you can just let it dry. Now, because we sprayed water on this paper, you will, if you want it to not be bumpy, you might want to put like something heavy on it after you dry it, just to kind of get some of the wrinkles out. But after you let this dry, of course, you'll fold it and make it into a note card, or you can cut it and make it smaller. And then when it's all finished, you'll write some kind of greeting on the front, like maybe Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever. If you're feeling more artistic and want to try something else, I also made cards like this with my watercolor. I put the plastic bag down, I wrote on it with my markers, and then I took color to kind of, I took water to make the watercolor on the plastic. And then I took my paintbrush and dipped it in, and I just kind of went freeform here and just made some little trees, little winter scene. They kind of look like third graders did it, but I still liked how they turned out. And then I just put little phrases on the front, song quotes. Just a nice little thing that you can send to people that might be needing a card this season. Okay, as you can see, I've taken the time to let this watercolor card dry, and I also tried to smooth out all the wrinkles before I start to write my message. For those of you who have trouble with handwriting, I went ahead and tried to like pencil in my message. You can do that too. It kind of helped me give me the size and scale of where I wanted things to go. And now I'm going to just take a black Sharpie and fill it in. If I had any metallic markers, I probably would have done that like in a gold, but I only have the black right now, so that's what I'm going to do. And so you just take this in and you start kind of just filling in where you want this to go. And I'm just kind of using some of the techniques that we've had when we had our hand lettering class. These are some of the things that I learned from her, and hopefully we can do another hand lettering class because I think it's really fun. So there's my M. That's going to be like my starting point. And I'm just going to go ahead and start filling these in as I go here. You can do this however you want at home. This is just kind of what works for me, but I usually go heavy on the downstroke and kind of fill it in. So I'm going to try to make the upstrokes and the straight strokes to be a lighter line. All right, so here's our finished product with my very fancy handwriting. You can do this however you would like. I'm not loving the black, but it's what I had, so this is what it's going to look like this time. And I just want to remind you all to come next month to our Crafternoon Delight, and we are going to do-it-yourself framed calendars for January. That way we can all get off to a fresh start. Virtual as always. So hopefully I see you next month, and like I said, please post your finished products because I love to see what you guys have done. Please share. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next month.